schoonmoeder zichzelf weer inviteert om te komen eten. Ons madame...
The first PR event.
Hoe gaan we die overtuigen? Want dat lukt. Je hebt Lidl. Maar natuurlijk. Want met de hoge kwaliteit en lage prijzen van Lidl pak je altijd uit. Lidl, voor iedereen die telt.
Oh, it is a This is the Revo Public e-bike, and last time we reviewed it, we found out just how bad it is. I found it to be delicate, underpowered, and most of all, dangerous. In fact, if you set it in motion, it starts a chain reaction whereby the cranks turn, engaging the pedal assist and sending the bike into oblivion.
Yeah.
Oh no! And as you can see, there's acres and acres of cheap plastic all over this bike, husk that its innards are enclosed in. We're gonna take it apart today.
Yeah, I will.
And there's no FZ going on right now, so we can wait. This can't to PR, this join PR this. It's gonna be
Okay. I am gonna go to the main barracks.
This thing's like 70-something pounds, but in Revo's promotional video, they actually make mention of the bike's weight.
Rides and handles exceptionally well, thanks to a strong, lightweight core.
What do you think that strong, lightweight core is?
My guess is that it's like a really rough casting of like a bent I-beam.
Oh, that one's missing.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's just square stock aluminum.
Rusted. Every bolt's rusted. You want to drill a hole in it?
I do. There's no way that's not hollow.
Show you. Oh no, I was wrong. That's 1/8 thick at least. It's lightweight. Well, that ain't gonna break.
I don't think your warranty's gonna fly anymore.
There was never any warranty. So to legally call the Revo a Class 1 e-bike, it has to pedal with or without the motor, and this does. How does it do that? What's going on in there? Is there a chain? Is there a bunch of gears? We're gonna start taking it apart to find out.
It's not a freewheel. Hear it? Oh yeah, something's rolled around in there.
So this is only half the story here. You can see this drives the wheel. The entire wheel looks like it's a gear that goes all the way around. But as you remember in the original review video, this was extremely difficult to pedal. Take a look at this. This has got to be part of the resistance right here, but I'm interested to know what we're going to find when we take the other side of the clamshell off.
We want to see what goes from here to here, don't we?
Yes. You got to remove the kickstand?
Yeah, I think she get these three.
These bolts just moving around.
Should have been counting how many of these there were. Got to be something else holding this on. The suspense is killing me. I can't get it past the brake pad. And the pads won't come out because the caliper's all squished.
Oh, it is a chain! With a little spring! Oh, this is the gift that keeps on giving.
There's a chain drive in there.
It has a name brand chain.
Really?
It's KMC.
Wow.
But if you roll it backwards...
Our minds are kind of blown right now. I don't know what I was expecting. A lot of tooling went into making this. You put an engineer on a really dumb task, they're really smart and they're going to figure out how to do your dumb thing. But make no mistake, this was a bad idea. While we have this apart and we can see how it pedals, Revo actually had something to say about the pedaling and the pedal assist.
If you prefer, use the incredibly clever pedal assist that adapts to road gradient and provides you with a gentle boost that feels so natural.
It's not a super smart or innovative pedal assist, I can tell you that. It's one of the worst pedal assists I've ever used, and it's underpowered. Let's see what's powering it. There's got to be a motor in here somewhere. I'm betting right here.
A variety of torque specs.
And they're all rusty.
Rust is nature's luck. Oh, here's the guts. Whoa. Now, let's try and go through this. This motor turns this way, which turns this shaft to a gear right over here. It goes this way, and then this goes backwards. And then it turns a gear this way. Now, if you go back across, that gear is this gear. Once this rotates forward, this gear rotates forward, which in turn, if you would kindly switch sides again, turns this gear, which then turns the chain to this one.
iPro, rijk in proteïne, nu met magnesium en vitamine B9. Helpt de spierontwikkeling en vermindert de vermoeidheid. iPro, stap voor stap straffer. LED-koplampen. Sierlijsten in donkergroen. Zwart dak, raamlijsten, spoiler en 19-inch lichtmetalen velgen in glossy black. De Kia Sportage Style Edition. Ontdek de verlengde saloncondities op al onze modellen. Kia, movement that inspires.
This one, and then once again, we swap, which turns this gear, which turns the wheel.
How many gears is it?
So 12 gears if you include the actual wheel as a gear. I wonder, Pat, if that's why it has that much resistance when you pedal.
Yeah, this is like gearbox worst case scenario.
So right now the motor is not on, and with great difficulty I am pedaling it. Can you believe how loud it is?
So now that we have it all apart and we're in here, we can talk about my greatest discovery, the chain reaction that happens when you start rolling the bike. It just starts moving the cranks, and then moving the cranks engages the pedal assist, which turns the wheel, which moves the cranks, and the bike runs away. Take a look at this.
Okay, so you're walking your bike and you kind of jog across the street a little bit. And it kicks in, and then it's a chain reaction because the pedaling keeps it going. Look at this.
Okay, so Pat, how much more of that? If you turn that back wheel, it turns the cranks.
Yeah, I am uploading it right now.
On the pedals, it'll hold still, but if you let go ahead and turn that back wheel. It turns the freaking pedals! It turns the crank and it engages the pedal assist.
Oh no.
This is really crappy.
So is Squatch officially a Remo service center?
I'll fix whatever you got, man. Bring it in.
So this is the part everyone is waiting for, especially, Pat, those hubless wheels. That's the mother of bad ideas. That is what makes this bike so terrible. Everything else had to be built around that. And so, we're going to take those wheel covers off and see what's behind them.
A great mentor of mine once said, if you take enough bolts out, anything will come apart.
Oh, it's just a strip. It's just a light.
That's the light. Yeah, just rip it off. Yeah, you can.
Well, it'll go back in.
Yeah, because it is currently uploading. Yeah.
Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you? I'm so ready.
I can't say that I'm surprised, Pat.
No, I was kind of hoping there might be something cooler in here.
Is it just rolling on ABEC bearings?
No.
Or those little wheels?
I think they're little nylon wheels. Let me get some light on it. Got pins. Oh, did you hear it?
I heard something in there. So we're hearing this little rattling sound. There's something in there rattling around. And if you remember in that video, as I mentioned before, I hit a little tiny bump on the greenway and started making knocking sounds. Probably there's a little piece of crap in there that fell into the gear and started getting stuck. So now we got to figure out what that is.
Oh,
you hear that?
Heard it. Oh, we can't go that way. Yep.
Yeah, yep.
Pin, wheel, snapper. These will come out.
Epoxy.
Here, watch. Go over here. I'll hit the pin right up. Oh, so now that wheel is just rolling in there. So I guess it's like a car string, right? So if you let all these wheels roll down to the bottom, it should just... We're going to remove the rim drive cog. Is that what it's called?
You are right.
Is it moving?
Yeah, it's coming out. It's engaged. Pat's not so sure we can get this back together if we take it apart, but I want to take the risk. I want to take it apart. I want to see why I was making that thumping noise, and then we'll try and get it back together. We'll see.
I'm just going to chip all this off. More greasy from the ring.
Oh, sorry.
possible as the guys get to generator.
It is a little tiny.
10-4, sir, 10-4.
Is out.
I thought for sure that chunk was like a broken tooth.
It's machined from a piece of cast aluminum. Wait, so the wear item is the rim? The hardest part of the entire bike to change? Yes, this is the wear item. This is like, oh man, gotta replace the entire wheel combo. We're gonna do this, and that's what like to get it. Look at that, it's a rim channel. And then it bolts on like that. That would have been a lot easier.
The tire and the braking surface are replaceable parts.
Oh,
That's what was rolling around. One of the screws came out and was rolling around inside the tire on the rim.
the airless tires are actually possible to replace in service. Everything on the rear is possible to replace in service. If you're down to epoxy it back together, yeah, still kind of a thumbs down. So in the video, I demonstrated how bad these wheels roll. I want to show you on the front wheel, which is still in one piece, how it rolls compared to a normal bike. 1, 2, 3.
Pretty close.
I know, I don't think we really gave the Revo wheel a fair chance. Let's just spin it once more.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being as fair as I can be. It's a little RC car steer servo. When you engage the anti-theft system with the fingerprint scanner,
It worked super good.
yeah, it works super good.
Uh-huh.
His servo is supposed to
me.
turn
You
and lock the
went to me.
kickstand in
Hey.
place so that the wheel stays.
What the fuck,
So the
bro?
servo makes sure that you can't move the kickstand.
Yes,
Oh, okay. So the anti-theft just locks the kickstand in place.
yes.
You know, that's actually not a terrible idea.
So there you have it, people. I could have done a little bit more preparation and research before taking this thing apart, but you know what? I thought it would be fun to just figure it out. Most bicycles you can just kind of look at and see how they work. This was a challenge. But seeing that Squatch now has a parted out Revo with most of the parts sort of working, if your Revo is broken, this is now an authorized service center. I'll give you my parts for free. You just gotta pay them like 12 hours labor to do it. But again, this is like the Rube Goldberg machine of bicycles. It took a lot of thinking and a lot of doing and a lot of tooling and engineering to build something really, really dumb that's actually a terrible bicycle. If you want to see my original review on the Revo, it's on my main channel. I'll link to it below. And if you want to see more weird bikes, you can check out my Bicycle Spotlight playlist. Thank you, Kat, for hanging out tonight and taking this Revo apart. Thank you guys for watching. And thank you, Squatch Bikes and Brews and Brevard, for letting us use your shop. And thanks for riding with me today. I'll see you next time.
Het verhaal van de wasverzachters van Louvain is dat van...
They are... They're here.
You come back, run.
They are at the generators,
Bro,
guys.
A1 generator. Watch out. A1 generator. Hanger, my bad. Stay in cover.
The original Xbox.
Austin behind you.
Microsoft startling little game console that was the first in history to be both a Game Boy and console. But the world wasn't built in a day that the Xbox wasn't either. Before the Xbox became what we know it as today, it was something a bit weirder. Ironically, it may have even been something that you're more familiar with now than the actual finished Xbox. It was a computer. And that's not too surprising to know since Xbox branded consoles have been poorly disguised PCs for their entire run. Except for this one, which was more of a Mac, but that's a video for another day. These here game consoles use an x86 CPUs from Intel or AMD. Not any different from the CPU that's in your gaming computer right now. In fact, they even slapped Xbox One CPUs onto PC motherboards at one point, but that is also a video for another day. Now today's video is about this. The Microsoft Xbox Alpha 1. It's undeniably a PC, but also undeniably an Xbox. These computers, along with their sequels, the Xbox Alpha 2, were commodity PC hardware that Microsoft had slapped together to start making games for the Xbox before they actually made the Xbox. But what happened to all of them? Well, legend says that some of them were destroyed for scrap, Some of them were held onto by game studios, and some of them were wiped and then sold off to employees at Microsoft once proper dev kits were made available to them. And at least one landed in the hands of this guy on Reddit who made a post where he threw out the hardware that was inside of it. This post did not go well for him. Today, almost every Xbox Alpha 1 is in the hands of collectors, where they're probably the safest. Except for two of them, one of which being the one I just told you about, and the other, which is right here. This Xbox Alpha 1 is mine. It apparently came from Activision at one point, which is kind of cool, but more recently it was owned by local Brongus Studios.
Why the fuck there is no car at main direction?
Reached out to me and allowed me to take it on his hands to use it for a project. A project? Have I learned nothing from the guy on Reddit? Well, for all I know, this one here is the one from the guy on Reddit. It's empty. No prototype Xbox. Here. So with this one being completely gutted, with the only thing left being the case, I'd say I'm morally clear to build something with it. But I recognize that some things are sacred. The Xbox Alpha 1, gutted or not, is one of those things. I'm not building a stupid gaming PC out of it or making it a home server or something. I'm gonna restore it in the loosest definition of the
Patch you
word.
up, don't
Since
worry,
getting
no
the
doubt.
alpha hardware nowadays is pretty difficult and expensive, if not nearly impossible for some components like the sound card. These alphas won't work without the very specific hardware that they originally shipped with. And so because of that,